hardly anyone has left the building. What are your emotions right now?
That's great. Guys, you support us through all my career. Obviously, last night we have a big win in Pittsburgh, and tonight we need your energy, and we have it. So thank you very much for your support. Yeah, one more game left, and it's a big one. So we need you guys in Columbus to support us and give us energy.
Something has clearly shifted around Alex Ovechkin, and it is happening right in front of everyone. His recent words, the pressure of critical games, and the reaction inside arenas are all pointing in one direction. The focus is no longer just on goals or wins. It is now on how much time is left, and that change is becoming harder to ignore.
Did it make this moment any more special that Sidney Crosby shared this moment with you?
Yeah, me and Sid have a battle. We have lots of history, and obviously it's a special night for me and for him as well.
The attention around Ovechkin increased during the final stretch of the NHL season. He is 39 years old and still playing for the Washington Capitals. He remains under contract through the 2025-26 season. This fact has been confirmed in multiple reports. However, recent coverage has not focused on the contract. It has focused on his future beyond the current games. The Capitals are in a tight playoff race. According to NHL standings, the team is close to elimination. Every game now has direct impact. A loss can end their season. This situation has changed how each game is viewed. It is no longer just about points in the standings. It is about how long Ovechkin will continue playing in meaningful games. In a recent media session, Ovechkin addressed questions about his future. He said, "I still love the game." This quote was reported by NHL.com and ESPN. The statement confirms that he is not stepping away right now. At the same time, he did not give a timeline for how long he plans to continue. This missing detail has kept the discussion active. His performance this season is still strong. ESPN statistics show that he remains one of the top scorers on the Capitals. He continues to play key minutes. He remains part of the power play unit. These facts confirm that he is still an active contributor. However, his current numbers are lower than his peak seasons. That difference has been noted in recent reports. Ovechkin's career achievements are now being repeated across coverage. He has scored over 800 goals in the NHL. He is one of the highest goal scorers in league history. He is still chasing the all-time record held by Wayne Gretzky. That record has been a major part of NHL discussion for years. Now, reports are asking a different question. The focus is on whether he will have enough time to reach that mark. Another layer of attention comes from his long rivalry with Sidney Crosby. Their matchups have defined an era in the NHL. Recent coverage has started to describe these games in a different way. They're now being viewed as possibly the final meetings between two players who have played against each other for many years. This change has added more weight to each game. In post-game interviews, Ovechkin has remained focused on results. He said, "We have to win games." This quote was reported after recent matches. It shows that his attention is still on the current season. He has not made any announcement about retirement. He has not confirmed any final decision. However, the absence of a clear plan has kept the situation open. His contract provides a timeline, but it does not confirm future actions. The 5-year deal he signed in 2021 runs through 2025-26. This means he is expected to continue playing. At the same time, reports have noted that players at this stage often make decisions based on performance and physical condition. This factor has been included in recent analysis. Media coverage itself has shifted. Earlier in the season, reports focused on game results and scoring updates. Now, a large part of the coverage is about Ovechkin's future. His statements are being examined closely. His time on the ice is being tracked with more attention. This change shows how the narrative is developed over a short period. Each game now adds new information. Each performance is part of a larger discussion. Reports from NHL.com, ESPN, and TSN continue to follow the same pattern. They present confirmed facts about his performance, his statements, and the team's position. These elements are now connected in a way that was not seen earlier in the season. The situation remains clear in terms of facts. Ovechkin has not announced retirement. He continues to play and contribute. His contract remains active. However, The timing of the season, combined with his age and career milestones, has created a new focus. The attention has moved from long-term achievements to immediate questions about what comes next. As the final games approach, this focus is expected to continue. Each appearance will carry added attention. Each statement will be analyzed. The combination of performance, timing, and uncertainty has created a situation where the discussion is no longer limited to the present. It is now centered on the future. And that shift is defining the current coverage of Alex Ovechkin.
Greg, how do you feel your young goalie handled the occasion tonight?
Yeah, he was good. I mean, first period, he had a lot of action, you know. We knew that coming into the first period, they're going to come hard, and they did. And I thought he really stood his ground and held us in there. He had a good game, I thought, overall.
Something just happened to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and fans can't believe what they're watching. It feels like everything is falling apart right in front of us. Game after game, the same story, the same mistakes, the same disappointment. And now people are starting to ask, is this team already broken? Last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs lost again. This time, it was a 5-3 loss to the New York Islanders. On paper, it may look like a normal game. Two teams, some goals, a final score. But if you really watched it, you saw something much worse. You saw a team that looked lost. This is now 4 straight losses for the Maple Leafs. 4 games in a row where things just didn't work. And it's not just about losing. It's how they are losing. In this game, the Leafs actually scored 3 goals. That should be enough to stay competitive. But the defense, it broke down again. Players were out of position. The Islanders found open space too easily. And when the pressure came late in the game, the Leafs couldn't handle it. That's the scary part. Because this isn't new. This has been happening again and again and again. And fans are starting to notice. You can feel the frustration growing. People are saying things like, this is embarrassing. Same team every year. Nothing ever changes. And honestly, they might be right. Let's talk about what really went wrong. First, the defense. The Leafs just couldn't protect their zone. Simple plays turn into big mistakes. Loose coverage, missed assignments. And the Islanders took full advantage. Then there's the goalie situation. A rookie goalie stepped in and faced around 39 shots. Think about that. That's a lot of pressure for someone in their first big moment. And while the goalie tried his best, the team in front of him didn't help enough. Too many chances. Too many breakdowns. Things look good for a while. Fans get excited. Hope starts to grow. And then it all falls apart. Late in the season, under pressure, when it matters most. And now, once again, the Maple Leafs are out of the playoff picture. Just like that. All that talent, all those expectations, gone. And fans are tired. You can see it online. You can hear it in conversations. People aren't just upset anymore. They're done. They don't want excuses. They don't want promises. They want change. Real change. Some are blaming the players. Some are blaming the system. Others are asking questions about coaching. Is the system too weak? Are the adjustments too slow? Is the team mentally strong enough? Because right now, it doesn't look like it. And that might be the biggest issue of all. This doesn't look like a team that just had a bad night. This looks like a team that doesn't believe anymore. The energy isn't there. The confidence isn't there. The fight just isn't there. And when that happens, it's very hard to fix. So now the big question becomes, what happens next? Do they keep going the same way? Do they trust the same core players? Or do they finally make a big change? Because something has to change. It has to. You can't keep repeating the same story every year. You can't keep asking fans to believe when the ending never changes. Right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs are not just losing games. They are losing trust. And that is much harder to get back. Because wins can come and go. But once fans feel like nothing will ever change, that's when things get really dangerous. So maybe this isn't just another losing streak. Maybe this is something bigger. Maybe this is the moment where everyone finally realizes this team isn't just struggling, it's stuck. And unless something changes soon, this story is going to repeat all over again. And the scariest part? Deep down, fans feel like they've already seen how this ends.
Sorry to push you a little bit, but it's Leon Draisaitl. Tried to come back. Is there any chance that this is longer term based on what early looks there are? Or do you think it's...
Well, he got checked out. Didn't feel right. He went off. He got checked out. Felt like he could play on it. The medical staff looked at him, and they were comfortable with him trying it out. And he went out, and he just didn't feel quite right. So the fact that the medical staff said, it doesn't seem too bad, no immediate red flags, tells me that it shouldn't be a really long injury. There might be some time off, but we'll find out later.
Right before the playoffs, a new update came out of Edmonton. It was short, it gave no clear timeline. Leon Draisaitl was still not fully ready. The team confirmed he remains day-to-day. Practice reports showed limited activity. The Oilers were already adjusting lines, and this update arrived at the most critical point of the season. Now the focus shifts to availability. Leon Draisaitl has not returned to full contact practice. Reports confirmed he has been taking part in limited drills only. That detail is important. Full contact participation is usually required before game return, but that step has not been reached, and that kept his status unclear. The team addressed the situation through head coach Chris Knoblauch. He stated, "We're taking it day by day." That statement has remained consistent across updates. It confirmed no fixed return date. It also confirmed that the medical staff is still evaluating progress, and that left the timeline open. Draisaitl's absence changes measurable team output. He recorded 106 points in the 2022-23 NHL season. He scored 52 goals that year. He has remained among the league's top scorers for multiple seasons. His role includes top-line minutes and first power play deployment. Removing that production creates a direct statistical gap. Now, attention moves to system impact. The Edmonton Oilers rely heavily on their power play. In the 2022-23 season, the team had a power play percentage above 30%, one of the highest in NHL history. Draisaitl plays a key role in that unit. Without him, puck movement patterns change, and that altered structure became visible in recent games. Connor McDavid continues to lead the lineup. Connor McDavid recorded 153 points in the 2022-23 season. He remains active and continues to take full shifts. However, opposing teams have adjusted coverage. Defensive focus increases when one key player is unavailable, and that shifted game pressure. The Oilers have already modified line combinations. Players have moved into higher roles. Ice time distribution has changed. Secondary forwards are receiving more minutes. These changes are recorded in recent game sheets, but the scoring spread has not matched previous outputs, and that created a visible difference. Medical details remain limited. Reports describe the issue as a lower body injury. No further specifics were released. This approach is standard in the NHL. Teams often restrict injury details. It prevents strategic exposure to opponents, but it also leaves gaps in public information, and that increased uncertainty. Defensive pressure has also increased. When offensive control drops, teams spend more time defending. The Oilers have faced higher shot volumes in some recent games. Goaltenders have taken on more responsibility. This pattern aligns with reduced offensive possession, and that changed game flow. Opponents are adjusting strategies. Scouting reports now reflect Draisaitl's absence. Defensive units focus more heavily on McDavid. Passing lanes are blocked differently. Power play defense shifts as well. These adjustments are part of playoff preparation, and that influenced upcoming matchups. Now attention returns to official updates. The team has not issued a return date. Daily evaluations continue. Each practice brings a new status check, but no final clearance has been given. That ongoing review keeps the situation open, and that sustained uncertainty. League rules allow flexible injury management. Teams can delay returns without penalty. But game readiness requires timing. Players need full speed reps before playoff intensity. Missing that window can affect performance. This factor is considered in medical decisions, and that shaped planning. Draisaitl's playoff history is also documented. He has recorded high point totals in postseason play. In the 2022 playoffs, he scored 32 points in 16 games. That production places him among top performers in that run. His absence removes a proven contributor, and that changed projections. Team meetings have addressed these changes. Coaching staff have outlined role adjustments. Players have been briefed on new assignments. Special teams units have been restructured. These sessions are part of preparation. They reflect adaptation to current conditions, and that continued internally. The final standings still influence matchups. Performance in remaining games affects seeding. That creates added pressure to maintain results, and this must be done while managing player health and that complicated strategy. Training intensity has increased. Practices now focus on playoff systems. Defensive coverage is emphasized. Offensive setups are refined. Without full roster participation, these sessions require adjustment. That affects timing and coordination, and that slowed progress. Reports continue to repeat the same update. Day-to-day status remains unchanged. Limited practice continues. No contact clearance has been confirmed. These details have stayed consistent across multiple sources. And with each passing day, the timeline becomes tighter.
We're back with Marty. And Marty, it's likely the Oilers will play Vegas, Anaheim, or Utah, who they're actually playing tonight, in the opening round of the playoffs. So which team do you think the Oilers should fear the most, and which should they hope to face?
Well, I think they should fear the most the Vegas Golden Knights. Look,
Connor McDavid just sent a message that is shaking the entire NHL, and it's aimed straight at the Golden Knights. As the playoff race tightens, every move, every shift, and every word is being watched closely. What he did on the ice, what followed after, is now driving a new narrative across the league, and the tension behind it is only getting stronger. Connor McDavid continues to lead the Edmonton Oilers during a critical point in the NHL season. In recent games, he recorded multiple assists and controlled offensive plays for long stretches. His puck movement and speed created repeated scoring chances. These performances came as the Western Conference standings remained tight, with playoff positions still shifting after each game. The Oilers have maintained one of the highest scoring rates in the league. Their offense is built around McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Both players are heavily involved in power play situations. McDavid's ice time has stayed above 22 minutes per game in recent matchups. This includes extended shifts during key moments, especially in close games where the outcome remains uncertain until late. After one of the recent games, McDavid addressed the pressure of the final stretch. He said, "Games are getting tighter and every mistake matters more." Now, this statement came as teams around Edmonton continued to push for playoff spots. The timing of this comment placed attention on how the Oilers are preparing for high-pressure matchups, especially against structured teams. The Vegas Golden Knights have shown a different approach. Their system focuses on defense and controlled transitions. They allow fewer high-danger scoring chances compared to many teams in the conference. Their defensive structure limits open ice, which directly affects fast players like McDavid. This approach has been consistent in both regular season and playoff games. The last playoff meeting between these teams remains a reference point. In 2023, Vegas eliminated Edmonton in 6 games. During that series, the Golden Knights reduced McDavid's space and forced plays along the boards. This strategy limited his ability to create speed through the neutral zone. That same system is now being discussed again as a possible factor in another matchup. Connor McDavid's recent performance data continues to shape this matchup discussion. He has recorded over 100 career playoff assists in fewer than 100 games. This places him among the fastest players in NHL history to reach that mark. His ability to create plays under pressure remains one of Edmonton's strongest assets, but past games against Vegas show how that impact can be reduced. Vegas uses a defensive system that limits speed through the neutral zone. Their players maintain tight gaps and force controlled entries. This reduces open space, which is where McDavid is most effective. Tracking data from previous matchups showed fewer high-speed rushes when facing Vegas compared to other teams. That pattern continues to be referenced in recent analysis.